said you could
Below?
go downstairs. Welcome to Trash to Cash. You're saying
Welcome,
below the
guys.
cabin there's like a
Below.
secret Mason
Is there like?
meetup area or something?
Is that where you keep all the Wallens down there?
All the Freemasons are below Kevin's
Do you
cabin
have just?
having a
Yeah.
meeting of
Do you
the
have
minds.
fully packed meat freezers down there?
Is it
I
the
said,
Skulls? Is Peyton down? What's his name? Who's the kid from the Skulls? Payson? Pacey?
Oh yeah.
Pacey, that's it.
You mean Charlie Conway from the Mighty
Yeah,
Ducks?
but he was Pacey from some other show.
He's
When was he
only
Pacey?
he was on a
Dawson's Creek. He was
Dawson's
Pacey.
Creek.
That's
Yeah.
it.
With
Yeah.
the weird dude and the other people.
Pacey and the rest of the Skulls are underneath the cabin. Huh?
That's
This is
that's
a weird start
That's
to
a
an
I'm
episode.
old.
90s a
Too old
90s
for
deep
this
cut
talk.
right there.
Trash to Cash podcast, episode 128. That was the
Really?
show before show brought to you by McDonald's. So thank you
Yeah.
for the sponsorship of the show before the show. We appreciate the 45 Big Macs that we can purchase. on our
Walmart.
own.
I got a bone to pick with Walmart. They wouldn't let me use the self checkout because I'm not a Walmart Plus
Yeah,
member.
you got to be fancy.
What kind of rip off is that?
what?
What kind
Wait
of
a
person isn't Walmart Plus though? Like seriously, get on my
Why
level.
am I?
bro.
No. It's Walmart.
Actually,
Okay,
it's
I go
better.
there
Like,
and
I
I'm
kinda
depressed.
like
I'm
it.
there to begin with. I'm not going to pay to be depressed.
Am I
to
out of
shop
the
there.
loop? There's no
Yes,
such a thing
you are
as
not. There is Walmart Plus. I've been a
Not
member
in
for 2
Bedford
years.
County.
I've been a member for 2 years. Basically, it's like they deliver your groceries.
That
and
is
you don't
actually
have a
pretty cool.
delivery charge.
That part I saw.
And
That
so
was
that is handy. We've been doing that for 2 years because when we go into the store, we end up spending way more because we do like the window shopping thing, and it's like, oh yeah, I definitely need a 65-inch TV with my fries that I'm buying from the frozen section.
Yeah.
Like, so it's good for me to not be in a place like that. So
It's
and
like the
also
whatnot
Walmart gives me a headache.
of reason. It's like the
Yeah.
whatnot of grocery stores. Yeah.
But they've
Here's-
now done this thing where if you're not a Walmart Plus member, you literally can't use self checkout because of the amount of theft that they were facing from self checkout. So now you have to be a member to use that. Which I mean,
So
cool.
the self
Job
checkout was to
security.
save them cost, right? So not have
Yes.
to hire as many people.
That's
Then
why
they
it's
lost
so
money.
beautiful.
Now they got to it is kind of like
It's
but they're
beautiful.
charging for it. So they're trying to play both ends of the fence there, or whatever
Yeah.
the heck they say in the game of
Did
speaking.
they have like a way for you to sign up while you were at Walmart?
No, I mean, like I could have used my phone. They were just like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. They didn't give me
Okay.
any tips.
But it's
or
not
nothing.
like there's not like a kiosk set up like the Clear
You
kiosks
think they would,
at every
yeah.
airport. Like skip the line, skip TSA. Sign
They
up
should
for
be
Clear
doing
now.
that. They
should
should
be
be
doing
doing
that at Walmart. That should be the greeter's job.
I
They
mean,
can
but
finally
here's the
generate some
thing.
revenue.
I have to go there in person to physically grab the box of cards. That's part of my content. Unless they want to film that for me, if that's part of the package. You're gonna have different types of people.
See, they don't have that.
picking it
Like,
up.
I can't get the same day delivery and all that. Amazon's like 2 days. I'm lucky, right? I
Kevin,
don't have any
you
of that
live in the
stuff
middle
here.
of nowhere. What do you
Yeah,
expect?
It's not that. I mean,
It takes 15 days by horseback, and then you get a really ornery like what do they call those people on horseback that deliver the I don't know what they call it, like
Kevin
the Paul
called
Revere
me,
people.
Carrie. Kevin called me. He's like, "Yeah, I just finished watching Ghostbusters.
Pony Express?
I'm
Yeah,
driving
Pony
home.
Express.
I'm driving home from the theater. I just finished watching Ghostbusters. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, sorry, you busy? He's like, no, I got about 3 hours till we get home. So let's just. I was like, oh, okay,
Wow.
cool, Kev.
It's
about
nice to see
30
him calling
minutes.
me to say hi. Wow.
30
Well,
minutes.
Well,
There's
to be fair,
a
I called him
theater
first.
that way 30 minutes and a theater that way 30 minutes.
Well, listen, you're trendy. What's your review of the Ghostbusters movie on this Reselling podcast?
Well,
That's why people are here.
I mean, I just love Ghostbusters, so it's pretty hard to
Did you buy a
like
popcorn
turn me
bucket?
off.
They-
I did, so this is my review. Is Dave better not have steered me wrong here? I got a popcorn bucket and a cup with it, and so that market better not fall through.
Dude,
I haven't listed it yet, but
I
it's going
got-
up tomorrow.
Dude,
Three
if it
popcorn
falls out, I'll
buckets.
buy it.
I
from
got 3 buckets
Okay.
today. I went to see Kung Fu Panda 4,
you.
which
You
apparently
saw that?
they
It wasn't great.
No, well, I didn't see like 2 or 3, so I don't understand the multiverse that's going on.
Yeah.
I got like a nice hour nap, and then I woke up at the good part. I'm assuming it was the good part. I
Why
didn't
did
have
you go
anything.
I told you it wasn't good, and you
Well,
went and saw it anyways.
I'm with the grandkids. I'm with the kids. I'm with-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they want to go hang out. So we went there, and then I got 2 Willy Wonka hats, and I got a.
Oh, I've sold the Willy
Kung
Wonka
Fu,
hat. I got
the
40
Kung
for
Fu
it.
Panda bucket. But here's
Yeah.
the problem with Utah. In Vegas, and when we were in Florida, they said they were like very proactive. They're like, if you don't want to use your buckets, we'll give you a free thing. Utah, no, dude.
They
were
loaded
like,
up with popcorn.
No, they're like, you could pay for the bucket, but then it was the same price as a regular popcorn. And then
Wait,
she
what?
started. Yeah, no. So I'm like, can we just have a popcorn bucket and keep these sealed, right? And keep these the way they are. And she's like, no, you have to pay for the paper. That's what she said. I'm like,
weird.
me and Dawn thought it was 50 cents. I'm like, oh, whatever. And it was $8.50. So they were screwing us over. And then the lady was opening our other one. Like, it was in plastic. She was just opening it. I'm like, why are you opening that? I told you So we ended up getting another one, and then we just
but
we
you
had
can't
one
get good
open
pictures
Wonka
when
hat
they're in.
with popcorn.
Oh, it's just for the Wonka hat. You think people know what we're talking about? I think most people know what we're
resell
talking about.
Popcorn buckets so that Kevin can't sell his is what we want.
Listen,
Kevin's not going to
Kevin,
post that for like a month.
I'll buy your Frozen Empire little ghost trap. That's cool. If
I got the ghost trap's cool. I'm thinking about keeping it in my 80s room. Cool. I'm thinking about keeping it.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And the Slimer's gone down in value.
Yeah, the Slimer's gone down. I mean, I would like to own the Slimer and that.
They didn't have the Slimer.
The Slimer is only at what is it called, Cinemark or something like that. And then yours is at AMC. You went to an AMC if you got that.
I think I'd rather have the Slimer. I think. I don't know. The trap is cool.
Every time I get it, I sell it. I can't stop myself. I'm addicted.
The Iron Claw one was depressing. The popcorn bucket for the Iron Claw. It was just a dead wrestler.
Decapitated head. Yeah, that was a little aggressive.
It's a little morbid.
Carrie, I was telling Kevin, I kind of spoiled this joke, but you may not know it. Kevin did this video about his performance on eBay, and it's like
performance. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's like 33 minutes.
More noises.
Yeah, of him telling you like what is the best month of sales on eBay, and he's got like just all this.
He made a video about that.
Dude,
like
once again.
Oh my
33 minutes, and so I'm just gonna make my video right here. Boom, there it is, guys. Best month was December, then September, then May, and then November. Well, maybe November. Okay, video done. Saved you 33 minutes.
There we go. Yeah, Kevin.
Once again,
Kevin's the king of giving you 30 seconds of information in an hour and a half.
Once again, Dave had missed the point of the video. The point was
to monetize. Was that it? For you to make money?
Kevin, I want you to do the same video but with your months of YouTube ad revenue.
The railroad reseller would never do that because he doesn't make any revenue from YouTube. But if he did.
Or eBay,
did you watch the whole video, Dave?
I did. Yeah.
Oh my
God. It was all about how Kevin takes a lot of vacations, and those vacations impact his sales. That's what I got.
Not what it was about.
I know.
I have money to take excessive vacations, and when I see a ding in sales.
Why can't you guys support me while I'm on vacation?
Oh my gosh!
Just because my store shut down doesn't mean you can't just send me cash in envelopes.
Gosh.
The point of the video was don't give away your power to eBay, to the algorithm, to any website. That you are the most important factor.
It was all
my
about
point was
is wrong.
Yep.
The whole video.
Wow.
Well, there was
it was an anti-John video from Kevin.
My best month was in July.
Wow.
July.
Wow.
It's because
slowdown,
I listed
Kevin?
the most in May.
He said summer slowdown like 30
June.
times in the video.
Oh, dude. Can we start talking about that yet? It's like almost April. Because I'm banking on my content being heavy for like 6 months at least.
Nothing's more important than what you do. That was the point.
Yes.
Thank you.
It was a great
more important than what I do, really? I do whatever
wrong.
American Arbitrage is doing, and you'll be all right.
It was an inspirational video, and Dave just wants to skim right past the point. You got to read between the lines, Dave.
It sounds so pretentious, though. Is it better than what it sounds?
Pretentious. It was anything but pretentious. You two are pretentious. You two made me look pretentious.
3 out of 3.
Well, it didn't perform. If it makes you feel,
it wasn't crisp enough.
It did.
It's a little soggy.
It's okay. It's gonna eventually hit 14,000. Is like if I try. That's like my goal in a week, right? I don't think it's quite gonna get there.
And the rich get richer.
If you rip, oh my God.
Don't you have enough,
Dave? Whatever. Look at Dave's views on his. He's getting flipper views like crazy. Don't listen.
Start a golf channel. Everybody's doing a golf channel.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
That was on my list. I had
Harold
but it's
Tornado
hard
started a golf channel.
Because Haley's in it, and Haley, I think, edited. I can't rip on it because it's Haley.
Imagine
if it was just Josh, I could rip on it.
Imagine the charisma of Josh on a golf course, and then watch it.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
It's like watching an Uncle Steve.
Yeah, I didn't make a judgment on if he had it or not, but he probably has charisma. I'd watch it.
It's just a tax write-off. It's a Dave move. He wants to write off his golf course membership. That's exactly what it is.
Well done. Can I tell you? I wanted to start off the show. We're going to do a little content thievery here, and I'm going to show you a TikTok. I'm going to show you a TikTok. and I'd like you to react to this because I think it's just
Is it
glorious.
that back out coin guy?
No, this is something that makes me terrified to shop at yard sales. This is going to unlock a new anxiety for Carrie.
Why
I'm
are you
excited.
doing
I'm here
this
for
thing?
it.
Don't do
No,
it.
I don't think it'll. I think that this is so absurd that it won't unlock a new anxiety. But let's find out. And I'm not sure if audio is going to work. Let's see if audio works.
Okay, let's find out.
But important nonetheless. Spring, Texas, woman owns an antique store. And some days after work, she likes to go through her security cameras and just kind of peruse through and see like what people are.
Was it a ghost?
Looking at, what kind
Just
of
watch.
traffic she had that day. One particular day,
He's
someone
ghost
stands
trap.
out to her. She notices him because he's wearing a kilt, and you don't see a lot of people wearing kilts.
True.
As you can see,
Antique store.
something catches his eye. Looks like maybe it's a spoon.
Wait,
He picks it up. Nothing
is he
weird about
playing with
that.
himself?
No,
But
no.
she's just watching.
Okay.
Because
See,
he picked it up. He starts to walk off with it.
gotta look.
It shows a lot of theft in her business. And he does that weird, like, horse stomp. He's behind this bird cage doing something.
Oh,
Anyone who's ever had a small child they were potty training knows that look. That's that look that little kids make when you're like, "Are you pooping?" And they're like,
he was pooping?
No.
only he's not pushing something out.
Oh, he's
He's
keystering
pushing
it.
something in
Oh,
that he
Oh,
then
dude.
removed
What?
and decided to put back.
oh,
I'll let that take a moment to sink in.
Wait.
Just in case there was any doubt, he wasn't done.
oh, okay.
No.
There's something else that caught his
Wait,
eye.
guys.
Hey, man.
Picks
To
up-
each their own,
Just
man. I'm not going to
looks
judge.
at-
just
I'm not
keep
going to
it.
judge him.
I'm going to judge because he's putting it back on the shelf.
Hey, man.
There it is.
Sell.
Just buy it.
Proceeds
Buy it.
keister it, as they say in the prison system. When he doesn't smuggle it out,
What was it?
a moment he takes it
Spoon
out,
and then something
puts
else.
it back,
So,
Perfume bottle.
and then starts talking to the woman he came into the shop with, presumably his wife. The owner saw this, and she was
This is
mortified. She was horrified.
Yeah.
She was disgusted. She called the police, but she also started calling people with antique shops around town. I said, "Hey, go look at your cameras for this date. See if
For
you
this
see a guy
dude."
in a kilt," and told them what this guy did. And then one of those shop owners called her
man.
and said, "Guess who I have on camera?" Yeah, kilt guy. And
Different
one guess
shop.
what he's
oh,
about to do?
man.
He did
better
little
view.
tour.
Stomp.
Better view.
And then he proceeds to shove an
Oh
item
my
where it
gosh.
doesn't belong. Certainly if he doesn't own it.
Certainly if he doesn't own it.
Jamming it
Yeah.
around up there
If he
for
owns it,
several minutes
Yeah, he
Takes
can
it back
do it
out.
if he wants.
and puts it back on the shelf.
Yeah, I thought
Holy
that was,
man.
my
new fear
gosh.
unlocked of antique stores.
It's not
right?
that doesn't bother me that much
They-
because
yeah,
if you're not
fecal
washing a
matter's not dirty.
spoon, no, but if you're not watching,
No,
I thought
Carrie.
it's implied you wash spoons when you buy them from an antique store, just in case somebody's shoved it in their anus.
Your hand touched it.
Yes, but dude, you know how much poop we're touching every day? Dude? How much poop we're touching
Carrie,
every day?
every time
Everything's covered
Carrie
in poop.
goes to an antique booth, he's gonna pick it up and smell it before he buys it. Every time. Now.
And if it doesn't smell, I will do the job. I will do the job
Keister
myself.
it yourself.
See, I thought he was going to keister it and walk out. And in my opinion, if you can keister an item and walk out, it's yours
You
and
deserve
you deserve it, and you
deserve it,
shouldn't get any jail time. Whatever it is, PS5, I don't
But
care.
you gotta get
do
at
it.
least
That's
5
yours.
items. You gotta get
Yeah.
at least 5 items.
At least 5
I
items.
saw that and I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, the algorithm
This
nailed
is a
me
good
on that
segment.
one.
We got to do more of that, Dave. 'Cause as long as
Yeah.
we're talking over it, it's fine.
There's just not that many, TikTok videos of people keystering antiques. I mean, if there was people out there that could provide more of that
Dude, we
content,
I could probably look and find more graphic videos of that.
yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. I was just like, wow, they
Oh.
nailed me with the algorithm.
The frog.
Go for it, Kevin.
Keister it, Kev. Keister the frog.
Keister,
Live on
keister.
Trash to Cash.
I can't wait to see the title and thumbnail of this
Uh,
podcast.
Kevin
This is
Kevin
good stuff.
Keisters a frog. Murano crack pipe. There you go. I love it.
Exactly.
We got
This will make
All the
people think
keywords.
twice about buying that really fancy cylindrical glass off Knickknacks. Huh?
Oh yeah. Nick Knock.
Where was
Nick,
it sourced? What does
Yeah,
it
they're
smell
only going
like?
to have 50 auctions going on at once now. You just ruined the market.
Oh gosh.
That's
So
a swung
Kevin's-
vase. How big of a swung vase can you get?
Oh. Well, listen, all
Mm.
the power to him. I'm not a big fan of him putting it back on the shelf. I think that's the part that's a little bit unsanitary.
I mean, can we talk about the
buy it.
fact that he was wearing like that tank top? It didn't really
Well,
suit
listen,
him.
the kilt was on purpose, right? The kilt was
The
for
kilt
ease
was
of
for
access.
ease of access.
Smart.
You
And the
could
guy
have
was
wore
freeballing.
like a lumberjack onesie with the like little back panel and had the
Yeah.
back panel out.
Oh, that'd be good too. Yeah, you just plop your little buttons down.
That's a
I've
little
got
more
an
work.
antique spoon. Because that's
So
basically what it
whatever-
was. I have like 3 of those in my death pile. Those little spoons.
Smell them.
Okay. Whatever. What, Kev?
What I don't remember what I was gonna say. Whatever we were
How
gonna
were your
talk
sales
about.
this week, Kev?
Whatever we talked about Carrie last week, this dude has far more issues than Carrie has. I promise that.
That is true.
Maybe.
The people were endeared to Carrie last. Boy, the compliments
Listen,
and the
I'm endeared
like,
to him, but I just wish he'd buy the item, take it home, and then keister it. That's the order of
We
operations here,
respect-
guys.
Yeah.
We're pro keister. We're pro
pro
keister here.
keistering, but just not. Don't get your
Don't
poopy on everyone
involve
else.
others in keystering that do not wish to be involved in.
Keister your own items. You know,
Exactly,
it's like the
guys.
Seinfeld episode. It's 1 in a million chance, Doc.
That should be the trash to cash merch. Pro
Dude,
keister.
oh my god, the pin thing. I hate to say it, but Kevin was so
Can
right.
somebody do a pin of this?
Kevin was so right about the pins, Carrie. You and I are just jokes of resellers. Like, we sent out all these pins. I get like all of them back in the mail with postage too. I get one with a little note that says severe risk to postal workers' safety because there was like a pin sticking out of it.
Dude.
Severe risk. That's
so yeah. So we had to reship it all for like $6 ground.
So we have lost
we lost
massive
a ton of money.
amount of money.
Anyways, the pin program is gone. The 3 pins is the correct amount of pins, and I'll make sure those people get their pins. But it is a dead program. We're gonna have to stop it. It's a loss leader on our financial books. There.
Our podcast is successful in every way except making money. I love it.
Listen, we've got 3 pins, 1 for each of us. We got the Fugler for me, we got the pineapple for Kev, and the jelly hand. So we did get the 3 pins, and maybe if we have some left over after I reship them all, maybe we'll sell the last couple at a ridiculous price on auction when I sell Kevin's
put them on your
charms.
whatnots and.
Yeah.
Put them on your whatnots and
and then keep all the money and not tell you. That's a good idea. I didn't think about that.
Or just reimburse the fund. That'd be you could keister the funds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it.
Or keister the pins.
That could be like a move, the horsey stomp with the Commonwealth keister. That could be like
next time I'm in a video with Kevin, watch the background. I'm just gonna be stomping. I'll be stomping. You guys pay attention to me.
You know what I'm gonna be
doing.
Like in the shed, like all of Kevin's items
tricks.
will have been in Carrie's butt by the
next
time
you
have a paintbrush, and then it's gonna be gone.
Somebody send Carrie a kilt.
I'm gonna put it back.
Somebody get a kilt and send it to Carrie, and you bring it out here next time you come. I like it.
I don't really trust people in kilts. It's just
we
like
could have had
too
the
much
next
of a fashion
pin.
statement.
The next pin could have been a kilt keister combo.
I love
been
it.
good.
I love it.
Graphic keister kilt combo.
It was going to be Paige's leg, but
you tell I turned my desk around? I'm facing the opposite direction, or you didn't notice?
Why are you doing your whatnots in the porch area in the back?
Because it looked cool when we were there.
The porch area is kind of nice because it's a lot bigger. There's a ton of space out there, so like all the stuff can like be out of the way, and the weather is just so perfect in Florida this time of year that it's like just nice to be outside. Yeah. In probably 2 months it'll be untenable to be out there, so I'm just enjoying it while spring is here. Probably end of May is when it will be just impossible to be out there for more than an hour without just dripping in sweat. Carrie knows.
Oh yeah,
it gets bad. So I'm just enjoying it while I have it. But yeah, it won't be all the time. Like right now, like I did a clothing auction today in here. It went horribly. But to be fair, I was never going to sell those clothes. The fact that I sold clothes should be an accomplishment, right?
Were they good?
A round of applause.
No.
It was like stuff I bought from Brandon, all off Dibbed It. He sold like a big lot for $50 of like band tees, but they were all smalls and mediums. So they just were bad sizes. And then just a bunch of like granny clothes that I got because they reminded me of my art teacher. So it wasn't great stuff, but I think I brought in like $200 or something like that. But I paid Elijah $50 to list it. So,
you saw
like, he really wants to buy a snake, which is my nightmare. He wants to buy a corn snake. I'm terrified, but that's what he wants. And to buy
your kids are selling their rooms to each other, buying. You have no control, dude.
I have lost all control of my children and my family. No, it's whatever, dude. Like, if he wants to buy it, take care of it, buy its food, keep it in the cage. That's fine. It's a responsibility. And if he doesn't keep up with it, Carrie can keister it and problem solve. But he wants to earn money, and I said, listen, I'm never going to sell these clothes, so go ahead, list a whatnot. I'll run it for 45 minutes, and I'll get money out of this thing that's going to sit here forever otherwise. So I think I paid like $70 for everything, and I got 200 out of it after fees, and gave him 50. So I made like 75, $100 for 45 minutes of work.
That's like,
it's not bad.
Yeah.
I
That's
gotta
like
ship
$90 an hour, dude.
Well, I did. You saw my auction. You actually came and
You
bought
did a
something.
pop-up.
But yeah, I did a pop up, and it was okay. I mean, obviously
I did
not
not
as
come
many
and buy
people.
something. I did
You
not come and
didn't?
buy something. I pre-bid $1, assuming
$1.
someone would outbid me.
Yeah.
Nobody outbid
That was
me.
the very first item, Dave.
Okay. Well,
Very first item.
What was I doing? I was shipping my eBay because I got a bunch of eBay orders, and I was shipping those, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's already over. But I got a little notification saying I won, which I think it looked like a very dirty item. It was the first thing that Erica listed.
No,
so
I don't
was like,
think
that's
maybe.
cute.
It was definitely. I usually don't start off with the best thing for sure.
I didn't even understand what that auction was. I saw it pop up, and it was like Easter. I didn't know if you were selling Easter baskets.
So
or what the heck you were doing.
I bought a ton of stuff the other day for $110, and part of it was a bag full of plush. And I didn't even look. I mean, I hardly looked at the stuff because I knew there was enough. It was going to be fine. And I opened up the bag, and it's nothing but applause and Dakin and Russ Easter bunnies, brand new with tags, excellent condition. And I'm like, daggone, man, if I gotta I had a show scheduled for Monday. I'm like, I better sell these today, ship them off tomorrow so they get there. And it was killer. The sale was awesome. There was we made, I don't know, $258, 22 Easter bunnies. It was pretty good.
Similar. I think I did like 30 runs of clothes and got a similar amount. So
easy to ship.
It'll be so easy to ship. Yeah, that and mine will be super easy to ship, which is why I was like, yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I liked shipping with Dave when I was over there because I would ask like, how would you like this shipped? He's like, just throw it in a bag. It didn't matter what
everything
it was.
goes in a poly mailer.
Just throw it in a poly mailer. If it makes it makes it.
So much stuff can go in a poly mailer. They're underappreciated. Like I shipped a multimeter in a poly mailer today.
Yeah.
Why not?
If it makes it, it makes it.
Put a little
whatever.
bubbles in it. It's fine. Put anything in
blow bubbles in it,
dude. No,
blow some bubbles.
It's fine. Glass, Murano.
So
don't care. I break it first.
It got there, didn't it? It's physically still there.
So they've clearly not learned their lesson from shipping pins in envelopes, paper envelopes.
Now, don't worry. I repacked them in poly mailers.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
did you put them in bubble first, at least?
No, but the poly mailers have bubble built in, Kev. So
do you know how bad?
Well, no, padded polys have bubble.
Yeah, they're padded. They're padded polys. Yeah.
Okay. But those are expensive.
Here's a good way.
You'd be better off wrapping a little bubble. Well, forget it.
When you're at estate sales, you should get like the jackets from like the 80s that have the pads in them. And then you could just take those pads and that could be, because you can get that stuff for nobody's buying that stuff.
That's what makes me mad when Bubba's girlfriend comes in here and ships these whatnots. You know, all the Rolo paper that comes out?
Yeah.
She takes all that nice Rolo paper and throws it in my Look at this. Look at this right here. Look at all that good packing materials in my trash can.
That would save you 3 cents in shipping supplies, Kevin.
Yeah, this should be back in my shipping supplies. Yeah, I mean, who wastes that stuff? Come on. Have you ever seen Jackass Retro?
Kevin in the show.
Have you seen Jackass Retro do his shipping show? I mean, he's like, he'll recycle. I mean, he won't even take an old priority mailbox that's been used. He's like slicing it up and taking it and using. What else did he use? Oh, I know what it is. You know the strips that come off of the poly bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, he keeps the strips that come off of the poly bag and uses that for packing material.
That's
pretty good.
That's top level. That's top level right there. That is the diamond. What are they called? The Diamond Warrior. What's Kung Fu Panda called again?
I can't believe you watched
like the Dynasty Warrior.
So you chose that over Ghostbusters.
I wanted to see Ghostbusters, but there were just like little kids who wanted to see Kung Fu Panda.
Just hoping for Venkman. That's all I wanted was Venkman, and they gave me enough Venkman.
One, I thought.
Yeah, he was. I just wasn't sure he'd be in this one.
And then after the show, I was doing karate moves. The kids weren't impressed.
It was not good. I really was not impressed with Kung Fu Panda 4, guys. That's the movie review. Now that
I feel like when you gotta bring your bad guys back from the dead.
Yeah,
the show's over.
Yeah,
the show's over.
Kevin, you used. I know Carrie did, but Kevin, you used my little thermal printer last time you were down here, right?
I think
like
so.
It worked fine, right?
Yeah, the like little juju or whatever.
I need to get an affiliate link for this thing because it's like so stinking good and it's $45.
Or it's really good.
Or everybody could use my Rolo link and pay a lot more.
Bluetooth, it's $200 less, and it does everything just as good as the Rolo.
All I can
Problem with the
maybe
Rolo
does,
is like
maybe
it
does. I
always
have no doubt.
disconnects.
Yeah, the Rolo is the
Mine
Bluetooth.
does.
The Bluetooth's not
Because
great
I'm
on this,
hooking
but
it
it's
to
not
my
great on the
phone.
Rolo either. But who wants to use Bluetooth anyways?
I've
Just
never
plug it in.
had one problem with it, so I'll keep using it, keep pumping it.
Time out. I had to fix it when we were in Georgia because you had a problem with it. You're like, I don't know how to make it work, Dave.
That's me. That wasn't a problem with the Rolo. That was like, I don't know how to hook it up. Is what I was trying to say.
Great, Rolo.
It
You're
worked just
paying
fine.
for your like Versace
No doubt.
handbag,
But it's purple and white, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
And this other one is white and blue. So yeah, I mean, I guess
I
if
once-
you prefer purple.
I once went with my family to Monte Carlo, and I went to the fancy casino they have there.
Yeah.
And then we went to the mall, and there was this dude who was just all decked out, and he had 3 dudes behind him with bags of clothing. He couldn't carry his own clothing. That's Kevin with the Rolo printer. He is that level in the reselling pecking order. You're somewhere in the middle. I'm like, I'm garbage trage. I'm garbage trage way down here.
Dude, I love how Dawn just sends us like screenshots every day of how bad you are at picking versus her.
She's so excited to she doesn't even tell me what she sold. She just wants to tell you two.
Yeah.
So that she can prove that she's keeping us afloat. We've had a great week. She said this is one of the greatest weeks we've had on eBay in a while. And then the second sentence was it was because of her. Which hurts my feelings.
Stuff you sourced while you were here?
It was a lot of that stuff, yeah.
Nice,
some of it.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So your sales have been killer. Do you have like a sale of the week? We could do like a whole segment.
Yeah, dude. Today, Dawn, and I will give all credit to Dawn, but to be fair, I taught her everything she knows. We were clear in the video about that in the song. She sold a whole lot of, everybody knows this in reselling for the most part, like a lot of like accessories for Ninja Turtles, like weapons and, pieces to the trucks and stuff for $81.
Yeah,
we got that, I believe, when we
good.
were out. That was a good sale. She's been selling also parting out the stuff that's worth parting out.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember the toy Starcom. Do you remember the Starcom toys from the 80s? I don't know what that is, but she sold like probably 3 or 4 different sets of pieces for one of the vehicles.
Bolo alert, guys. Bolo segment.
Yeah,
wait, do we have a little soundboard? We can play a siren.
Yeah, guys, Bolo alert. Rubber stamps, wooden stamps, guys. Everybody's doing
Garfield
it. Stamp
theme.
it up.
Halloween.
That movie looks dumb, by the way.
What? Gyatfield is what my kids call it. Gyat's what they say butt now. The Gen Alphas. They say
Gen
Gyat.
Alpha.
Yeah. I'm learning all this stuff. They're drippy, and then they're vibing, and it's very confusing. But my favorite one is Skibbity Toilet Ohio Riz, which means you ain't got no game.
Yeah, no game. You don't have enough. You don't have the Skibbity toilet game.
They get so mad. I ruin every trendy word that exists. I ruin for my kids within 2 weeks. I just totally destroy it where they hate the word after 2 weeks. It's wonderful.
Make them think, because everything goes from like that's hot to that's fire to that's flames to that's gassed. It's just all derivatives of the same thing.
Yeah.
And
it's
now
all
it's
Skibbity Toilet Ohio Riz. So
for obvious reasons. We all get how it got there.
Yeah. Kevin, how about you? I know you've been selling a lot.
Yeah, what's going on in Bedford?
Selling thousands of dollars worth.
It's crazy. It's still going this weekend. So what is it? It's Sunday night this weekend.
Yeah, days of the week.
41.
Yeah, what you been doing? What you been doing besides 41 the freezer in the basement?
41 for 2030, dude. It's still killing it. There's tons of awesome stuff. I've been selling stuff from Peaches to Beaches that was way better than I thought till I got it home. Like I bought a dollar hat, Lake Elsinore Storm, in the Mighty Ducks colors. Only one listed on eBay. It sold for $54. That was cool. I listed it.
Okay.
Wow.
Jeez. I sold a formula.
Why is that an offensive question? It was a serious
because
question.
I tell you,
it sounds like a difficult item to list. It sounds like a difficult item to list.
It was,
and I was like, I feel like you probably had to list
figure it out.
No
I had to call my brother, who's a scout, and he's like, "That's Lake Elsinore Storm, but I've never seen that color before." And so I just put it together. They did a lot of collabs, and they did the Mighty Ducks colors on that. I'm like, I got the only one on eBay, so I put it up for $50 or for $60.
Yeah, did I not tell you, dude? You didn't know that
for the race
for the race,
Tampa
dude.
Bay. Yeah, for Tampa Bay.
Really?
Has been.
I'm sure he's told me and I've not listened.
Yes.
I sent you guys like a TikTok of this guy doing a rap about ADHD, and it's like literally, it's just 100% about me. He's like, I'm the same guy that'll like. There's one line where he says, "I'll forget you exist, but then get upset you didn't call me," like that sort of stuff, or like, or what was the other good one? I can't remember. Whatever. You'll have to watch it. I sent it to you. I'm not gonna play it here because probably
Can I do a second bolo? Can I do
Yeah,
two
do it.
bolos?
I
This
gotta
is like
get one more,
something I
too.
found. Okay, go for it, sir.
No, you go first.
No, of course you first, please.
You have precedence, Kevin.
You have
Well, I was just going to
precedence,
say
whatever
the
that
first
means.
time
You
that
don't
I
have
ever
2X
went
hands.
to Webster, Dave, actually the first time I wasn't with you, Dave, but the first time I went to Webster, I bought an 8-track player, sold for $150 plus shipping, a portable blue one. That was
So you
cool.
made me wait for that. That wasn't that interesting.
$150.
Now let's go on to what I found and then I sold because that was
Okay.
not great.
right.
I'm just playing, dude. No, remember when I overpaid for that hat at the thrift store, the Boston Bruins Carhartt hat that was like $9? That sold for $45, dude.
I was
Wait,
saying,
was that the one I found and gave to you?
Technicalities. I found
checking.
the first one. I found the Colts one, and then
And
taught
then I
you.
immediately found the better one.
And then you
gave
dug,
it to you.
which I do not do, and you found another one. So
which you sold for 45. So
yeah. So thanks for
Thank
ruining
you,
that.
you're
You could have kept that amongst ourselves, but yeah. I forgot that I didn't actually find that, and now I feel terrible. I sold a couple $1.50 cards that I found. So there you go.
hey,
I
speaking
sold
of
sports
stole,
cards.
listen, I'm getting okay. Tell your sports card. Boring story.
That,
Go ahead.
It is
So,
boring.
I've released a picker.
$15 for a 46 pack of Pro Set Soccer 1992 or something. $15,
nice.
brand new sealed. Paid $5. Almost making no profit at all. At least
Dude,
they
look at
dropped
that, dude.
it on the way to pack it, so it's in much worse condition than when they
There we
bought
go.
it.
That's what
We'll
they're
see how
looking
that
for.
goes.
They like the
But
bent corners.
I cut it out of my footage, so I think we're okay. What, Kevin?
Cool. So I what? Now you give me all. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about.
We love it.
I don't know. I'm thinking about this at this point.
In your keister?
Oh, I gotta ask Carrie something here in a second. That's what it is. But there was something else. So give me a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
Do the horsey stomp. Carrie's keystering a pencil right
If you want to buy this, I promise you, it will be clean. It will not have. There's nothing going to go.
It after it went in your keister.
Go buy it off the eBay.
No, there's a segment of your fans
I know what it
that
is.
won't want it washed.
Oh, gosh,
they caught the guy,
not.
by the way. They caught the keister king. He got sent
what
to
kind of-
jail. $100 bail. $100
For what exactly?
For
What is he in?
reckless endangerment or something?
Reckless
Rectal
rectum?
endangerment. Well, dude, it's a sanitation problem.
Yeah,
right?
but what
It's not
law
his
is
items.
that? What law did he technically break?
Indecent.
No,
I don't know.
I didn't see
insertion?
nothing.
It was I can't remember, but it was something like about
public lewdness.
public
lewdness?
Public something, yeah. Anyways,
Gosh,
Kevin,
Just-
say
If you
There
guys
doesn't
want
need to be a
interesting,
law.
go look at the Bedford County Public Registry for the jail, and you'll see Kevin's gotten that several times.
and Ponch,
public-
Ponch is still the mayor.
Public lewdness.
Punch and shack.
I sold a Ponch the other day, Kev, on what?
Well, listen, I should be thrown in jail. My last picker video, I
keistered
paid. It was a $30 doctor bag that I thought was awesome. I said, hey, I'll give you $20 for this. I was at a church and we were down in Peaches, and I gave the lady a 20, and I was yapping like I always do, and she handed me a $10 bill back. So she gave me $10. So I only paid 10 for it, and so I'm getting tore up in the comments.
Did you go
crazy.
back? Did you mail it to her? Like the
I didn't
difference?
know. I didn't even know. She gave it to me. I didn't even think twice
How
about
about
it.
like a
Were you
public apology?
confused?
Have
Yeah.
you considered a public apology? Like a video that's just
right
an apology?
here. Public.
Do
I'll
it-
tell
no,
you
it
what.
should be your whole video.
Well, how
If
about
we
you do
go
a,
back
how about
to
you
Peaches
have a
to
public
Beaches.
apology with Heck and Steve, and we'll call it even.
Good, I love that.
Anyway, I left it in the video. It was in the edits, and I was like, "Oh boy, here we go." But let's leave. And sure enough, it's top comment. Everybody, you owe that lady. I'm like, dude, I didn't know. Why did she hand me the $10? Carrie, if somebody handed you $10,
I wouldn't even be aware where I was because it'd be so early in the morning. I'd just be happy to be there. That's usually how I feel. I'm just happy to be there.
I was editing footage today, Carrie, and you and I were at the Browns, and we meet up, and I show you my finds. Oh, your phone didn't like that. That was weird.
Oh no, I shouldn't have done that.
I show you my finds, and then you go to show me a bobblehead you found, or well, maybe it wasn't a bobblehead, some baseball guy, right?
Yeah,
And you're like,
yeah.
oh, I
That's fishing, by the
paid
way. That's
$3 worth 45, and I like just started talking to Tina and didn't listen to you at all, and you looked so like defeated. Like
Yeah.
Dave told me about his fines, and then he didn't listen to mine. I want to apologize.
That's
my
a problem.
ADHD in action, and I'm sorry that I just totally didn't.
I buried it deep
you.
down, and now it's been brought up, and I feel better.
Problem.
Thank you.
It's a problem. I was being self-centered, and I am sorry. So, will you forgive me?
Yes. Unlike Kevin, I will forgive you.
I love how Kevin keeps freezing. His audio is good, though, so
Is
I
he
ain't complaining.
frozen again? I
he
thought
freezes
he was
like
happy.
every 2 minutes. He's just so happy. But talk, Kevin. I bet we can hear you. Maybe not. Maybe he's gone.
Dude,
he
he's gone.
Totally gone. Oh, that's sad. He's probably keystering.
You would
feel,
yeah, exactly. You think he could just stop the compulsion to just get rid of a dog for 5 minutes so we can have a
No,
podcast.
they don't like that joke, Carrie.
Oh.
No more dog
Sorry.
jokes.
No, I didn't mean that. That was
we love dogs.
Kevin we do love dogs. All of us love dogs.
Yes.
It's a joke.
We've moved on to keystering.
Keister's the new thing on the road towards Kevin's a serial killer. It's a slow build.
Yeah. Well, so he's gone. I mean, I don't know what's up with his internet tonight, but
I don't know, man.
Guess...
Did you see a quote unquote podcast that made a thumbnail that publicized us?
No.
Did you see that thumbnail? A podcast made a thumbnail that was publicizing us in an unfair way. I would say it would do us some damage, but nobody watches that podcast, so we're good. Okay. But if I felt like it was a bit aggressive.
Slander. It sounds like slander's happening.
Yeah, a podcast that will not be named.
Oh, I see it. I didn't even notice.
You didn't even notice that?
You didn't notice
that? They kind of took a little jab at us, and it would have hurt my feelings if anybody had seen it, but I don't think anybody's seen it. And maybe now they'll see it.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it until you said it. That's funny. Oh, there he goes with his beautiful internet.
I think for libel, for defamation, there has to be a certain amount of views. So I think the threshold has not been
450 million seems like the correct amount to sue for.
That's it. Yeah, 450 lira. Do they still use lira in Italy? Because I'd like some.
Paul's going to Venezuela, by the way. That seems safe.
Wow.
That seems like a safe destination for a picker.
Why is he going to Venezuela?
Oh, well, something about how his money's going to go further and he can buy more, I think.
Is he trafficking?
No, I actually have no idea. Someone was talking about it in our. Oh wait, look, we
allegedly about everything.
Hey Kevin, hey Frozen Kevin,
leave it.
Hey Kevin and Frozen Kevin, how you doing?
What's up, dude?
Hey, might help the ratings.
He's got the T-Rex hands. Look at
that tiny little T-Rex hands. Anyways, let's move past that and talk about the world's greatest reselling podcast. The lock? No.
Which one is that?
What is it? The pocket? No. It's called the leftovers. The leftovers.
Yeah. Right when we give shout outs.
Right. Dude, right when we all shout them out. Kevin shouts them out on his video. We shout them out on Trash to Cash. Carrie, they changed their name.
What?
Dan and Demand's podcast with, Feet Jimmy and Philly Picker Joe. It's got a name change. It's now called the Leftovers, and they literally spent 30 minutes talking about leftover food. Like Dan
and Demand might be the most likable human being in the history
he beat
of the
us
world.
all. He's the number one reseller.
Listen, he's like a Carrie that never left mom's house.
Yeah,
and I love that.
I feel very close to him because I'm like, this is me if Dawn didn't, save me.
One of my favorite things about Dan and Demand is he's constantly self-diagnosing.
Awesome.
Throughout every episode, he's self-diagnosing. Yeah, I've got plantar fasciitis and I've got high blood pressure. Oh, the doctor? No, I haven't been to the doctor. He's just like, just got all these things. Just got all. It seems like it literally is Carrie. But it's just another Carrie. It's Carrie.
We gotta
Dave,
find
if we had a baby.
Somebody. We ought to find. Resellersonly.com. We'll find Dan, y'all. If you want, just send messages to me. I'll screen them.
You'll never be lonely. With reseller only.
I know Lady Arbitrage is looking for a useful reseller.
Yeah, and Dan does, he does support himself.
Much like Kevin, the thruple is an opportunity.
Okay, so listen, I had some sales too. I mean, we just don't want to talk about Dave's sales. I think my favorite sale, and I gave Carrie a really hard time in my Flipper video. He probably didn't watch it. Is my Chuck E. Cheese. I sold my Chuck E. Cheese plush that Carrie tried to insist that I did not buy for $25. He's like, "No, it's too much. It's too much.
Dude.
Don't buy it. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much." I was like, "Dude,
for
I
a
think
giant
it's good."
Chuck E. Cheese plush.
I know, $25 and carry. What do you have a defense? Like, why were you trying so hard to make me not spend $25 on that? You wanted to see me fail.
Look, man, this is what it comes down to. I have lived my life being super cheap, and $25 is a lot of money. $25, as Kevin knows, that's
200.
16 to 20 meals at Del Taco. That's $25.
Yeah.
So I have to think: do I want to not eat for half a month and get this Chuck E. Cheese that we had no evidence? No
There was
evidence
no
that
evidence.
it had sold.
It was a gut thing. It was
So
a gut thing.
Dave, that's funny because remember I told you about the deal that fell through, the big giant deal.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
One of the things that was not included in the final money, which is why I didn't do it, was the exact same Chuck E. Cheese dollar. Are you saying there was none of those? Yeah, the big one. There's none of those listed.
No solds. There was one active on some other website for like $400 that I was like, I don't even know this website it was. So I was like, I'm just gonna pick a number, and I picked $250, and it sold in like a week.
I have a terrible track record because I told you to buy those bears. Remember?
And I have broken even on them.
See, I told you.
This is old content.
Break even. That's good enough. Carrie, good enough. End it there. Just don't take them all down. You did it.
I got something for you. I need some information on. So this is a pack. This is 1988. No, this is 80. So this would be what? Return of the Jedi.
Return.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
But they're sealed.
He's kissing his sister? Wait, is that Luke or Han in the front?
That's not his sister. That's Han. But
it looked like Luke from over
they look like they're perfect, right? But they didn't come in these packs, so I don't know what to do with this thing. I think I'm just going to auction it off. Put it on I'll put it on Dibdit. Maybe I'll put it on Dibdit. That's fine. Yeah. Auction it off. No, there's cards in here that they're flawless. It looks like, except for maybe really the top card.
Dude, speaking of flawless,
grade these suckers. There's
Dibdit.com, greatest auctioning platform in the universe, and there's an auction tonight.
You'll never be lonely.
Tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
Only.
Listen, I bought 3,300 comic books, y'all. I'm putting them over there 10 at a time, progressive shipping for $1. It should be fun.
And he's not even pre-sorting them and pulling out the Fantastic Four number 48.
Wouldn't know what I was. Well, I mean, if I see something that looks like wow, I probably will pull it out.
So you are. But... He is. He is sorting out the good stuff. So none of the good stuff will be in there.
I'm just saying. I'm not a comic book guy, but I'm not an idiot. If it says 12 cents on it, so
he's not an idiot, folks. You're not getting any of the good stuff. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm also going to do a comic book auction, and I can clearly state that I'm pretty sure none of it's that great on my auction. But it'll be worth what I'm selling.
If you're looking,
you can make a profit.
If you're looking for Valiant comics, Kevin's got lots of 10 of them at a time.
Yeah, what is that other one?
Oh, hey, I've got a question for you.
Image, maybe?
Image, that's it.
So since you're the smut peddler over here, I got these magazines. I didn't even know I had these because they were in the bottom.
You showed me magazines that were very
heavy metal.
inappropriate.
Yeah, the heavy metal. Yeah.
Draculina. Have you heard of Draculina?
Googling
it.
Save search.
It was. There's Fangora and stuff, and I was like, "This."
Fangoria.
I bought. I bought that stuff at a sale last year, and I bought a tub of it for like nothing, and I've already made a ton of money on it. But at the bottom, there was these Draculina things, and I mean, it's like porn. I'm like, I can't sell this stuff. So
you're gonna keep
it. It's like the covers aren't.
Honey, I can't part with this. Sorry,
this is too good.
It's not like hardcore stuff. It's borderline-ish, but there's some stuff in there, but the covers aren't bad. But so Dave is the experience selling the covers, or what did you say you did? You just breezed by it on your Flipper channel or something?
Well, yeah, heavy metal. Like everyone knows, heavy metal's a little risque. They made that movie in the '90s, the animated movie, which was for adults. It's not like it's not like totally pornographic.
How do you know they made that if it was for adults, Dave?
It's like R-rated. I would say it's like R-rated stuff. I'm not sure how bad.
I would say this is past R-rated. It's not awful, but it's definitely. I don't think I would sell it. So Dave, when you come, I'll just. You can have it and you can go sell it.
Yeah, so I just, I sold them in lots too. I just you probably could have, I just figured give a deal.
I wouldn't take the magazines, Dave.
I bet the Kiestering guy
I would
bought
not take those magazines.
Yeah, they're probably all stuck together.
I'm going to put these over on Dibdit. $1. What?
You got to be careful.
Okay, so anyways, today, for anyone listening, we're having a Dibdid auction. Comics. I'm going to sell comics. Who else is selling? Resell to Ride selling. Kevin's selling.
I would
There's
be.
a couple other
Is
comic
Rod
book guys.
attending or
Rod's
no?
not selling
He's not,
because
okay.
his dad's in town, but there's 2 other comic
His
book guys
dad
that
is
are
like
selling.
not going to allow him to sell. What is that, a balloon? Why are balloons happening? What
Dude,
is
you
happening?
are doing this. I don't
I
do
literally
this.
am like this. How can I possibly do that? You're having a little party.
How did you get?
It's weird. It's,
How do you
it's,
do
it's
that? I want
haunted.
balloons. How do I get
Haunted.
balloons?
Haunted. Where's my ghost trap?
I'm in Utah, so as usual, I will not be participating in anything Dibdit related, as has been the.
Well, at least
the
promote
history.
this one.
I will.
Did you see knickknacks? They had like 20
Paddywhacks.
all day long. 25. They had 3 shows running. Tim was over there over the years. The Prince of Glass.
I
He was
always
selling
know what's
stuff like
happening on
crazy.
Knickknack because I get 17 text messages from you a day about it. So yes, I know what's happening on Knickknacks, Kevin.
It's
Look how
well,
much
the
money
model
Jocelyn's
is right
making.
there.
I want some
I'm
of it.
just when I see the model work, I want to work it.
I know we're gonna
But
do
you
it,
two
guys.
don't want to work it.
No, I'm working it right
It's-
now, guys. Go to Dibdit on Tuesday, and if you're not there, you don't care about us or Kevin.
Hey, did you see what I listed as an
I
auction
still
over on
haven't gotten to
Dibdit?
talk about my big sale.
That's okay.
Wait, hold on a minute. So,
All right.
did you see what I auctioned off? Go to
What did
Dibdit
you
real quick
auction off? Okay.
and look at my
Dibdit.com.
auction that's going on right now. This is a one-of-a-kind fundraiser, 50-50 auction.
Vampirina lot. Interesting.
No.
Draculina.
Oh, is this the one where you're
Draculina.
raising
Draculina,
money
yeah.
for Paige or something?
Yeah,
Yes,
check it out.
the 1 foot flipper auction where we're gonna try to raise money for his other foot.
Yeah,
I think
to
that's a
make
good
up
idea.
for you two guys' comments.
Telling
and
the truth makes sense.
Yeah.
to bribe
So now-
Paige
yeah.
to stop hearting dumb comments.
Yeah. So now
There you
you're gonna hide the rage you feel towards
Did you
Paige
see
by
who
giving him money. I see.
Did you see who our newest seller is over there? The biggest critic of Dibdit at the beginning is our new seller. You
Who
go
was the
check it
biggest
out.
critic of Dibdit?
I'll give you a hint. He's got 1 foot.
Paige.
The Death
Yeah.
Valley Fines.
Sean.
Yeah.
Sean, yeah.
No.
Sean's been on there for a bit.
I said, Sean bought something today he bought something from, I rated Cat after the show. I couldn't find anybody. Hey, that brings up another point. I'll go give everybody your wonderful sales. We weren't supposed to do this. We were supposed to do terrible sales.
Yeah, we're supposed
Okay,
to.
all
A
right.
totally
not
original
Dave's
segment we came up with. Terrible sales.
I sold a comic book for $2,500. But yeah, let's talk about the bad sales. Thor. I sold Thor the comic book for $15 plus free shipping. So
I
that's
just
not
sold
great.
a Harley leather belt
That's
for
worse
$33.
than the other comic book. But yeah. Anyways, what's funny is Dan
That is
was
awesome,
on,
by the way.
she was
Congrats.
on.
I'm so proud of you,
she was
Dave.
on, Yard Sale and Dreams was on my
Dave,
auction tonight,
Dave,
and I told her.
Dave,
And
I'm so proud
did
of
she
you.
weep?
That was a
I'm proud.
$2,500
She said, don't even tell me, it's gonna make me feel
Yep.
sick.
Mhm.
I said, well, listen, like
You did grade it,
literally-
right?
Okay, so I graded it, but listen, this comic I sold, Shad Juice also found this comic in the same collection.
Yeah. Wasn't in good condition.
2,500. His was like a 1 or a 2, but it was still a $500 comic as a 1 or a 2. There was more of it. There was probably enough of that one comic to pay for what she sold the whole collection for.
Well,
And
let's rub it
breaks
in,
my
why
brain.
don't we? She's
Oh, I
sweetheart.
did. I did on my auction. No, she's a sweetheart. And she told me she has a ton that she kept for herself. So she's actually feeling okay because she said she still has a ton to sell from it. So, but my heart is broken because I want to buy the rest of it, but it's gone. It's gone, Kevin.
Yeah, y'all
It's
were
gone.
behind my back trying to get the deal that didn't even include me in it.
No, well, that's
And I'm the
because
one that
you
told
have
you
enough.
about it.
Do
You
you
did, yeah.
ever have enough?
What else do you
told
need,
about
Kevin?
the sale. I called you, said
have
I'm picking
enough.
up bags for this thing. You need to go
Kevin,
over
you
here,
have
and you went over there. Didn't even get a thank
segways.
you.
How many do you
No.
need?
Kevin said this sort of thing ain't my bag, baby.
Yeah, that's how he talks off camera, folks. He's like, listen here. We're not jiving, man.
I mean, we're joking around about maybe $500,000 in comic books here.
I
That
bet
might
it
be a
was
little
Yeah,
more.
but
much.
dude, that's like
No,
what?
I think it was $250,000.
That's your
at least.
30 day on eBay. So what? 1 month worth of eBay for you? You'll be okay,
Dude. See, Dave just shared his number. See, I don't do that. See, I just gave the order. I didn't talk about the numbers.
I'm not talking my
That's
numbers,
fine.
There's
but
no
it's
good
probably
that
what
can
everybody
come out
thinks
of it.
they are. I'll say that much. Whatever you think I'm making is probably right.
Carrie, I saw a TikTok. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if I believe it, but some guy said creativity rewards beta is over. That's the TikTok.
But it's
TikTok
official
thing.
now.
Yeah.
But now there's officially a
It's not
creator
beta.
rewards thing, and this guy was saying
Yeah.
instead of making like $1.30 RPM. He's making like 30
I
cents.
haven't
RPM.
seen it hit me yet. It just started
I
like a
haven't
week and a
seen it
half,
go
2.
down.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I'm not super. The one thing I know about TikTok is it's constantly changing. So the only reliable form of social media income at this moment is YouTube. That's the only
You're
thing.
not worried about it being banned? I'm
No,
telling
I'm
you
not
right
worried
now,
about
if
it
there's
being
some
banned at all.
world catastrophe.
0% chance it's happening. I'll
Zero.
mark my word.
Okay, let me give you a scenario here. Let's say China invades Taiwan.
Okay.
Still zero chance?
I think that they would.
I'm just saying,
No,
I think there's very, very
there's a
little chance.
chance
Don't get
that
me
they
wrong.
could force their hand to sell it, but they'll sell it, is my opinion. I don't think there's
TikTok
too much
keeps
money.
saying they're refusing to sell.
I know, but here's the thing. I don't think there's so much money in TikTok, and there's so many people who would be upset, voters, constituents. I don't think it will ever go away. That's my opinion, but I could be wrong. It may not be in Chinese hands, maybe. Maybe. I don't know.
The side that you would think, this is I don't get into history. I'll bore Dave, but it always takes the opposite side to get something done, right? So the natural side would be the right who would want to ban this, but now the left's talking about it. That's when things happen, and that's what's scary. Think about China. It took Nixon to go to China to open it up. It's all other side, right? 93.
Yeah,
and
but then
whatever.
But then Nixon was like got lost in a hotel or something, and they kicked him out. So nothing happened, right?
No, they opened up China, dude. It was huge. What are you talking about? That's why everything changed from made in. That's how we know something's vintage.
Yeah.
Made in Japan, made in Taiwan. If it starts getting made in China, of course it's vintage now because China's been making stuff for a while. But
so
anyway.
Black Sheep Society over on Patreon said, "What annoys you most about your co-host, and what do you admire most about your co-host?"
Oh wow,
Carrie, you first.
Oh man,
what annoys you the most about me?
We've already.
I mean,
this is old news here. All right. Go ahead. I'm got you.
Gosh, man.
He's trying to find a way to be nice.
No,
I
don't have
That's
anything. I'll say the nice thing. Well, you're like a truly good friend. Always. I always feel like
he's talking to Dave.
No, this is Dave.
Just for the record,
this is Dave. Dave, only Dave. No, I can just I just know that you care about me, and I always feel that. And I have from the start. There's been times he said, like, man, I'm always gonna like you. Don't ever worry about like what you say and stuff. I'm not gonna feel differently. Which you said.
Episode 75.
Yeah, you said
episode
that.
75. I said that to you.
You know, I don't know. This is not meant to be like me not wanting to say something negative about you, but one thing that's tough dealing with you is like you're nonstop, dude. We don't like when we were hanging out with you, and Kevin even felt that like we were just like nonstop, and it's hard.
Yeah. It was
I don't know how you
Peaches,
do it.
though. It was better at Peaches.
Yeah.
It's awesome when he goes to bed. He goes to bed long before everybody else. It's like, all right, I can breathe.
True.
Kevin will,
but he does basically do anything and everything very quickly for you. So I like
Kevin.
having those
The negative for
around.
Kevin's easy, purely transactional. Everything in his no. Kevin's the sweetest guy. See, I'll be true about Kevin.
This is hard for Carrie.
No, let me do it.
No,
it is hard
Carrie.
for me.
Look
It's
him.
probably right
He's
that
dying
I'm
inside a little bit.
Well, you're next, Dave.
No, but no, I know that Kevin sincerely, like, it took a little longer, I feel like, with Kevin, but like I feel like Kevin will always take time out of his day if I actually bothered him. I don't like bothering people, as you probably know. I don't like calling people and doing that, but Kevin always takes time. I remember a couple months ago, like I told you I wanted to talk about YouTube, and it never happened, and then you called me out of the blue, or we like scheduled something out of the blue, and I'm like, oh wow, I didn't expect Kevin to do that. So I really appreciated that.
And, hey, well, anybody that wants to, it says to me, hey, give me advice or talk about something. I love to talk about myself
and I know,
what to do.
Just like Dave, that you truly care about me. I honestly do know that. And you're not really. Neither of you guys are as bad as we make you seem in the podcast. Honestly, that's the truth. I might be the one who like people like the most. That's actually the least likable. See that? See how I hedged that? True. That was smart.
Yeah,
that was 3D. That was 4D chess right there.
Okay. All right. I zoned out, but it seemed fine.
I zoned out too, and I was talking.
I was waiting for you to go next. I hadn't thought of it.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's see.
Can
Kevin,
I cheat a little bit?
Carrie's so easy. The negative for Carrie is so easy, and everyone already knows what drives me nuts
so sexy,
about Carrie.
so sexy.
It's just so Carrie's like just incessant lack of follow through, and he knows he has it. He's got no follow through, and it drives me nuts. And I tell him about it because that's how you keep a friend. Is you're honest about what drives you nuts. That's how you keep a wife too. By the way, you just have open communication, and that's how you keep relationships going. So Carrie's lack of follow through drives me nuts, but Carrie's like the most fun guy I hang out with, and I love being with him, and he makes me laugh, and I'm proud probably gonna marry him one day. That's you know.
I love it. I love it.
Kevin, you know, Kevin. The only problem with Kevin, okay,
The only problem.
the only problem with Kevin,
The
is
only
Kevin,
one.
like, he's the only person that I don't really, I still feel like sometimes he's like a surface level transactional friend, and he won't really open up and be like a deep close friend.
I feel like he's
if
getting
I'm not
better at
Death
that,
Pile
though.
Picker for
Yeah.
some reason.
He loves
for some
my-
reason with Death Pile
Oh my
Picker, he's just
gosh.
like,
Bosom
here's my
buddies.
soul. With me, he's like still reserved and like kind of hiding behind some wall because he's like had a hard time, I think, and he just like he pushes people away a little bit. He won't let you in. Me and Carrie, we're like tight knit.
What do you mean by let somebody in? Like talk about your
walls.
bowel movements? Yeah, I got walls.
You have
Normal
big walls.
people
I think
walls.
no, but Kevin has like an exit path with all his friends. But I think
bull.
the closer we get, the less exit doors there are in our friendship. But I think early on, especially, Kevin left like 7 doors open. Like, oh, I might leave the show. I might do this.
And it was a joke, but it wasn't
hard
a joke.
to kind of
I'm still here.
I do think Kevin is legitimately a good guy. He's a nice guy. He's probably not a swinger. He definitely doesn't hurt dogs.
No, he definitely doesn't hurt dogs,
was fake.
except the one.
And he is actually someone who truly cares about others, and he's a giving and loving person, and I do respect him. So there's that. I even look up to him a little as an elder. As a much elder. A grandfatherly
a baby
figure.
boomer, some say.
So there you go. I'm done.
Okay. All right. Well, I
Wait,
guess
did I, say,
I'm on
I
the
said
spot.
nice things and negative.
Yeah.
I did good.
You're better than
I
me.
want to cheat. I want to cheat and do both of you together because you're very different people. And
with your swinging history, that makes sense.
Right, par for the course.
The threesome right
take
here.
turns.
I would say, in this, but there's 2 things. One is kind of global, and I'll start with that one because it's boring. Is if you just look at this whole community, right? There's 8 million of us that we all know, we all talk to all the
across
time.
the flat Earth. Go ahead.
My gosh.
Hashtag Death Pile Picker son.
Oh my gosh.
Birds aren't even real,
man
guys.
Alive. I can't even say nice things about them. I'm not even going to try.
Dude, I just thought we'd discuss it.
I could say nice things about both of you. But for me, it comes down to I'm not. There's to be honest. There's no negative. The only negative.
Interrupt you all the time.
Yeah, we do that.
No. There's really no negative. I can't. I mean, yeah, you both have your nuances. That it's like I wish Carrie would get up and help me ship this crap. Yes. There's that, and there's Dave. I just want to sleep for an extra hour, but that's minor stuff. But when I've said this before, but when I look at Dave and I see his kids and I see his family and I see how much he cares about each one of his kids and how he treats them because they're very different kids, and how he treats each one of them very differently based on who they are. And I see him with his wife. He's a good dude, period. That's it. Now, both of you guys are the most honest people. There's not, neither one of you just deal straightforward. If you say something, you mean it. And Dave doesn't hide anything, nothing. He just flat says it. And that is incredibly refreshing to me when you're talking to people. Like he'll tell me the way it is, just straight up.
I just did it.
Yeah, you just did it. Right? And so I appreciate that.
Good example.
It's really
true.
Best episode of our show, by the way. Number 1 still.
And
peeing flea market incident.
With the OGs.
And Carrie,
the OGs in there.
Carrie is really just kind and gentle. If Carrie was, I know he'll joke and whatever, but if 2 people had something in their hand, both of you reach, Carrie'd be the first one. His thoughts are on the other person more than they're on him. He's very unselfish. I mean, one of the most unselfish people I've ever seen. So
this mushy segment was brought to you by
Charmin.
I
want to say one more thing. Can I say one more thing in this little genre here?
And Charmin.
I think this podcast has also done a lot. If you look at the community, and there's always the community, right? And there's always these little, I don't know what you want to call them.
The community is not real. You heard it here first.
I hear all these people, and I've probably said it, but I'm not in it to make the money. I just want to build the community and whatever. Listen, people are on this thing. Yeah, there's some of that. I love
Who
that.
says that?
Almost every show
Soda
that
City
isn't monetized yet.
I'm assuming,
right?
Oh yeah, that's what you say before you're making money.
Yeah, it's just like but nobody does this stuff as much as we do it and pour our heart and soul into it and forever. And you wouldn't do it for free. You just wouldn't do it for free, right?
This show I'd do for free.
I would do this show for free too.
Yeah.
I would do this show for free.
A lot of stuff.
And some months I
I
do it for free, depending on what Dave spends our money on,
Yeah,
tattooing and stuff like that. And
our latest membership to another podcast that will be lovely to hear them promote pretty soon.
Oh, did you do it? Yes. See, that's good use
and
of
I
money.
expect a very good call out on that podcast that we're now Skybox members of.
Skybox? Is that the top one?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I expect to be showered.
I don't want
praise.
any money from this podcast. Get 2 Skybox memberships. I love it.
Can I break up your love fest and finish my point?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. My point was in the community.
Stuff's easier to keister too.
Oh yeah. Sometimes flat. Doesn't go.
I feel like this show has broken down walls for a lot of people. There's very little of that, backfighting and just whispering and stuff. It's like we just put it all out there and we make fun of ourselves, and in doing so, we make fun of everybody else who's doing what we're doing.
We're like Reagan,
because it is kind of
tear down
ridiculous,
this wall.
right?
Then we sell
his daughter?
we sell chunks. No, Ronald Reagan.
Did you name your daughter after Ronald Reagan?
Good,
Holy crap, that just clicked. Did you?
If you ask my wife, the answer is
no. Did you name Turner after Ted Turner?
Well, that's like if you ask Brandon's wife, he didn't name his daughter Piper after Rowdy Piper, but Brandon certainly did name Piper after Rowdy Piper. So did you name your daughter after Ronald Reagan? It was
either Rowdy or Reagan. So, my wife said Reagan. So we said, my wife actually liked the name Reagan, and I like the name Reagan as well. Yeah, I grew up as an 80s kid. Okay. What can I tell you?
Funny. That never clicked to me until just now. Brandon, when he said Piper, I instantly knew that he was naming his kid after Rowdy Piper.
Yeah, that's easy. That's easy. I like that name, Piper. If I have another kid, which is impossible, it would be Piper. I think.
No,
wait a minute.
British Bulldog, Davy Boy Smith.
Kevin, it's only 1 in 1,000. First of all, men don't do menopause. You know that, right?
Your swimmers still make babies.
Dude. And there's a 1 in 1,000 chance of your vasectomy failing. So
I didn't have a vasectomy.
How's it not possible?
Because my wife can't have children.
Yeah, but
and I'm not a swinger. It's not possible. It's not possible.
Okay, finish your point.
If I end up dead somewhere, you'll see that it was possible. My point is that my favorite thing about you is neither of you can function with conflict.
That's true. Yeah,
and I love that because conflict, that's how right. Because I hate it.
Having a bipolar sister will do that to you.
If somebody has an issue with me and I can't resolve it, it eats me up forever. It just, the comment, it eats me up like crazy. I'm better with it now than I used to be. I can get over it, but I hate it. And so that's why this podcast, I think, stuck together is because none of us like conflict and we're willing to sit down and resolve it if something's happened. And it's happened before.
I've had
like guests on the show or you guys not helping me with Dib Dit. We deal with it right here on the show in public.
Yeah, that's right. And in private. In the bathroom.
Keystering. Yeah. Whatever works, man. Whatever works. Man.
I see there's another one. I love to laugh. It's why I love Mike. I love Mike, man. He makes me laugh. He does things for me.
My only problem is I just don't know what he's saying half the time.
How did you?
I like people.
What motion was it that did it? Was it what motion?
It was this. It was like one hand up, like the.
It's when he's like, "Let them eat
You
cake.
can't recreate
Let them eat
cake." It's got to be something on your phone.
Dude, I'm not touching
my random hand gestures and see which one it is.
I'm gonna look this up.
And last week it was the thumb.
Gesture.
Why is it just coming on my screen?
That's cool.
I don't know. I like different people, man. And Carrie, and this isn't a compliment of your character, but you're hilarious and you're witty as all get out, and just you're you're brilliant. I just love it. Miss Pam agrees, by the way. 1978, almost the best year ever. Next to all the quality reselling tips I get on this podcast, my favorite part of it is Carrie's low-key comments that he throws in all the time. This is your quote from last week. eBay is a sentient being. That was last week.
Dude, I don't remember anything I say on the podcast. I'm constantly reminded of things in the comments that I say, and I don't have recollection of most of them, to be honest. So I do vaguely remember that one.
I'm glad you're on
the iPhone feature.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe.
I want to do that. I want balloons.
I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Let's see. It says to enable or disable this feature on an iPhone, swipe down in the upper right-hand corner while a video is active and click on video effects. Okay, well, we can talk about this later.
we got to
Kev,
figure it
but
out.
It seems like
this is Dave on a rabbit trail.
I am totally on a rabbit trail now. $2,500 comic book sale, guys. Just saying. I'm not,
That's
not
amazing.
I'm just saying.
That's amazing.
It was my best one ever. That's it. Like every single, and I'm sure you've got higher ones, but every single interview that's ever happened with a reseller, friggin' Pete Craigslist Hunter, Cincinnati Picker's been asked this 3,000 times. What's your best ever flip?
Yeah,
What's
now
your
you
best
got
ever
it.
find at a yard sale? Now I
Beats
got it,
mine.
baby. It's
Beats
that comic
mine.
book. That's number one.
That's
number one. Friggin' basically free to $2,500. I had to pay to get it graded, but you get the point. That's number one.
Beat me
Followed
by
silverware.
$800.
Yeah.
Goodness,
really
thank goodness you got rid of that silverware. By the way, you don't want that floating around your house.
Why is that? Is that another anxiety thing?
Now it is.
Oh, because of the keystering.
Yeah. Took you a second.
That is true. Maybe that's why I got it for $20 because they had keystered every single piece of silverware.
They already got the joy out of it.
Yeah. Anyways, Kevin, it's a reactions thing in iPhone.
Okay.
But I don't actually know how you like trigger specific reactions.
I don't know. Maybe it can't be from audio, can it?
No, I think okay. So let's see. Peace sign. Try peace sign. Peace sign for balloons. Do it.
Hey,
that's
it
it. Peace sign. Look at that.
It worked. I love it.
I am not a
Nixon.
crook.
See?
I'm not a
They
crook.
heard me talk about Nixon.
Do two again. That should make confetti. Two should make confetti. No, do both of them. Both of them at the same time. But do it like better, like harder.
Yeah, like hard.
Oh,
confetti.
there it is.
Confetti. There it is.
This is amazing podcast. See?
Yeah.
It is. Bringing
Double
some,
thumbs
like,
up for a rainstorm. But like you gotta put
fireworks.
Dude,
fireworks,
dude,
guys.
he's
So I
disappearing.
make so many. What's funny?
Thanos got him.
Oh my gosh, this is good stuff. Well, I need to do this on my videos. Put this on the Flipper
down. Oh,
videos.
it's thumbs down for the rainstorm. Okay, thumbs down. There it is. There it is. Oh, it turned into bubbles. Okay,
nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
we figured it out, guys.
I don't have
This
it.
is
I
the
gotta
greatest
set it up.
podcast ever.
You got to turn it on. Yeah, you got to turn it on. And you're good at turning on things. Okay. Captain Morgan, Deal Crazy Resale, commented on the Patreon. It was such a big blockbuster success that I was wondering if there will ever be a sequel to paulsmerch.com. I think there should be. I think there should be.
I think there will be. But I do want to,
like all new people.
I do want to tell you this. So we're in Utah. We're staying at Don's brother's house. And we showed him paulsmerch.com. Let me tell you, our humor, although funny, does not, if you don't understand reselling or our podcast, you have to explain a lot. Paul's merch is very confusing for someone who doesn't understand what the heck we're doing.
I was on the Whatnot again today, and Paul's merch commented, and I said, "Hey, Paul's merch," and I said, "Who's merch?" And I looked at Bubba's girlfriend, and she looked at me like I was an idiot. And I hear Turner again from downstairs, paulsmerch.com.
Yes,
so amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
Well,
no, we're gonna do more. I think there's gonna be like, Kevin did the whole "you might be a reseller."
Yeah,
Go watch that video. There's two of them.
Dude, someone was saying they were going to do that. I think it was another podcast that they were going to do it and acted like it was a new idea. And I'm like, Kevin's got like 7 videos of that, guys. He's got to find it. But, yeah.
There was some awesome. Froggy was on there. He was the funniest. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Tesla Picker Matt, part-time picker, was on there. There's all kinds of people on that one. That was
I
awesome.
heard when he was on like how they made it. He was talking about your video where he got to do that.
Oh,
they did like an episode of MTV Cribs at Froggy's house.
Really?
And he was talking about you. Yeah.
They're still doing MTV
They did?
Cribs?
Well, how he made it, that video. He was like, at that time,
Kevin
he
made
wasn't.
him.
No,
Kevin made
gosh.
him is the point. Carrie, what happened, man? I feel like that video with Relics in the Attic should have been viral.
Dude, yeah.
And it didn't go viral.
Do you know what I think it is? I actually have a theory.
Okay, what's your theory?
Anthony is very performative, and I feel like for
Yeah.
those kind of videos to go viral, especially on shorts, they need to feel authentic and real. And he was playing far too much into the camera to an obvious level. These Gen Z, Gen Alpha kids, they're not falling for that malarkey.
They can see it.
They want real. They want me
authentic.
They want me to actually do a terrible negotiation for coins, be confused and distracted,
but it
and
was
not
very
say
authentic.
sorry. They want me not to say sorry so they can rag on me for now, like almost 2 months. Get over it, kids. I get it. I'm a terrible
Sorry, I've
human.
got a video coming out. I think I got a video coming out mid-April where we're at the Browns and you buy some Disney cards and you're like, I don't know if they were good. I said, well, you could have backed out.
This is true.
And you're like, I would never do that.
I wouldn't.
I was like, you already did, bro.
Hey, man.
Hey, there's another one for anybody wondering out there. These two, this is what they do. anytime I hang out with him, it's like being on the podcast for 8-10 hours.
Yeah.
It just is nonstop.
It's
exactly the same.
You got brothers. This is how it is. Like, you just rag on each
No,
other.
I have
all the
one
time.
brother, and this is not how it was.
Dude, me and Carrie spent like an hour and a half doing a bit just between ourselves about Blake Bortles portals.
Like Don was in the back seat.
Like, what is wrong with you guys?
No, but Don will mention Blake Bortles portals often.
We basically were performing for Don for an hour and a half, and like we never even acknowledged it. We never acknowledged that we just did an hour and a half comedy show for her.
Caught on to how terrible of a premise it was. I'm like, this is not remotely funny. But Dave, it is funny how into Dave was, because he knows one football player's name, and it's Blake Bortles, and that's the only one he knows.
And if you go like, if you have a bad joke, a bad premise, if you lean in enough, like Kiestering in this episode, it becomes good because it's so ridiculous that you keep trying to make it happen.
With a podcast, and
fetch is not going to happen, Carrie.
It isn't, dude. It isn't. It isn't.
Reference.
And speaking of fetch, you're the reason why we're all doing popcorn buckets now, because I was hanging out with you, and you got one of those burn book popcorn buckets.
I sold that,
and you sold it the same day.
$50.
Dawn, of course, like, I'm just like, whatever, man. Let's do wavy gravy, dude. It's all good.
She
and
like
Dawn
fun of you.
is uber competitive. She's like, we're never not buying a popcorn bucket. How did you not do that? You should have done it, lovingly, but mean and mad at me.
Well, Kevin called me. He's like, this popcorn bucket thing better work. I said, Kevin,
I put all my money in it.
I said the goal of the popcorn bucket thing is to get free popcorn. That's literally the entire goal. Is free
but I
popcorn.
think there's a tiny margin after that.
There is a
tiny. You get a little gravy on the top for the pretzel or the nachos and the soda.
For the keystering, it makes it smoother.
You want all the food to be
and
free.
If you only get one, and your kids can all drink out of the drink and the popcorn, and they can refill it, then you're saving from buying two from everybody. That's
with
good.
the amount of swinging you do, you should not be sharing cups.
Yeah,
there's
that's
all types of herpes in your mouth.
Yeah.
There's A, there's B, or is that hepatitis? I get them confused.
He's got the whole alphabet of herpes in his mouth.
Like what you get at the bins. What you get at the bins.
Wolfman Goodies. Wolfman Goodies said, "What percentage of yard sales do they let you use the bathroom?" I do it after I smooth talk them about how cool the yard sale is. Well, Mike did it when we were at Peaches to Beaches.
He did it 3 times at Peaches to Beaches. Yeah. He did it with you one time. He did it 2 other times. I'm like, dude, what in the world?
I never do it. I just pee in a bottle and then pour it all over myself.
I mean, he gets like Buc-ee's, and it's like a soda every stop.
That's his other. That's his other Instagram. He likes to take pictures of him like on the toilet in people's houses, but like they don't see anything. It's just him. Yeah, waist above.
My mom has, she's an older lady. She's not ancient like Kevin, but she's older to the point where she needs to go to the restroom often, right? So, like, a lot of times I'm yard selling 40 minutes away. I know enough to be like, okay, add in some time that right before the first sale, we stop at a gas station, right? And then we go yard selling, and I know after 2 hours, we got to find a bathroom. Luckily, there's a lot of new development, a lot of porta potties, and she's not shy. She can do a porta potty, so I'll pee in the porta potty too, even if I don't have to go. So, like, I'm almost always running on empty. Dude, reviews. But if we are in, like, a community sale, all right, a good Florida community sale can be 4 to 6 hours of just house.
We've had that happen where we couldn't go to the bathroom. It sucked.
Yep. Yeah, that's when my mom will be like, can I use your restroom? Like, and they'll say yes to her. But I never feel comfortable, so I just hold it in. But I mean, there was a viewer who was yard selling with me and Carrie and Dawn, and I won't call out the name. But me and Carrie, we're in a community sale, and, we all have to pee. We're joking about it at this point. Like, oh, we got to pee so bad. It hurts. But, like, we're younger than this viewer, and this viewer is just... I'm not going to say who. It could have been any time in the last 3 years, guys.
It could have been anybody.
It could have been anybody in the last 3 years.
It could have been anybody.
But this person buys a lemonade... from someone's yard sale, and then we get to a sale. I'm like, hey, I know you need to go to the bathroom too. We're gonna go soon. He's like, I already took care of it in the back of your car in a lemonade cup. And I was like,
there's no way he had perfect aim. There's no way. There's urine in your car.
There's urine, not only my own. I mean, my own for sure, but not only my own.
Did they do it while you were in the car, or did you like go?
They
did
it
sale?
while we were in sales.
Okay,
yeah,
at least
and
that would be. I feel like that's the top level of confidence a human being can have. That they just pee in a cup when everybody's in the car with them.
All right,
just continue the conversation.
I'm 99% sure that this is a male at this point. So.
Well, you're making some assumptions.
I am making some assumptions.
Girls can pee in cups, I think.
I've seen a video of that.
don't know many
that
who
was
would.
2 girls with the 1 cup,
Yeah,
and then it wasn't.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get those mixed up all the time. Go ahead.
Biggs Collectibles, discuss the results of the reseller bracket. Who is Dan in demand? How did he beat
I'm bitter
Dave,
about
Craigslist
it.
Hunter,
I'm bitter.
Cincy, Arbitrage? I wasn't even in the
Yeah,
bracket.
No,
see,
you
Dave, I
were
think
put as a
you were
different
in the
person.
earlier stage of the bracket. You were,
Okay.
yeah, it was, you were only looking at, when we saw it, you were only looking at like
Top 16.
Yeah, but there was
but
another
I should have
bracket.
been in the top 16, says
Of
my
course.
narcissism, and I
Of
stand by
course.
it.
Of
Yes.
course. But you had, the deck was stacked against you. I mean, Dan
Yeah.
is Dan, and he was right
Yeah.
there on the show.
Yeah,
Jimmy,
yeah.
Jimmy didn't even vote for me, so Jimmy's dead to me.
My
Jimmy's
favorite
dead
part,
too,
can I
yeah.
talk about this? My favorite part of that.
Tim had it right.
My favorite part of that live was when me and Kevin were against each other. And everybody wanted to vote for Kevin because it's just a smart political play. But like they were all feeling guilty because they're my friends and they like me more.
Because you don't have much.
Yeah, they like
they
me more, but they know so they were like, it was like Tim was hilarious because Tim was like he would not say he was going to vote for Kevin, but the whole time I knew he was going to backstab me. That was messed up, too, Tim. That was messed up, dude. I haven't forgotten. But
yeah.
Yeah.
He's done nothing for the glass world.
I know,
that's
dude.
My opinion.
Crazy Lamp Lady, and then
number 1 glass seller on eBay.
Crazy Lamp Lady, then Kevin
sell on
probably
eBay
number 2.
anymore?
Oh gosh.
Does Kevin
No,
take after George Washington? Are his dentures made of wood?
I don't have dentures. I do. I'm missing a tooth.
They're real human teeth, though, correct?
Superhero Headquarters had some serious questions.
Oh,
okay.
Which is rare.
Okay.
So let's take.
Let's be serious,
okay?
guys.
For a smaller reseller, not a YouTuber or TikToker, what business entity, sole proprietor or LLC? Sole proprietor, right, Kev? It's the same thing as an LLC.
Oh, wait a minute. Are we talking just not a YouTube?
Just eBay only.
Yeah, I don't think I
sole
do
proprietor.
either. I don't think I do either.
Well,
sole proprietor.
Sole
Yes,
proprietor.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I'm
I was
saying.
thinking
Just
S
be a
corp.
sole proprietor.
I was thinking
No.
S corp. No,
You don't need an LLC. I would say.
I would say
really
you don't.
think
But what
need
you
an
do need, and this is a video that's going to come out in a couple of days, is you do need a separate bank account. That's the biggest thing. Yeah. Totally separate everything
that you dig into all the time
and pay yourself out of. Yeah, absolutely.
And candies.
Yeah,
candies are a write-off.
That's right.
Candies.
If you're 100%. Candies are a write-off.
And
especially
my
ribbon candy. And candy corn, the world's best candies. Should we do a candy bracket right
now?
No,
my gosh, no, my
No,
goodness.
let's do favorite things that are the color
let's do
Kevin,
what?
Is there a dollar amount that you earn as just like a reseller where you say, okay, get the LLC, or you just skip right to like LLC/S corp?
I think
you start making...
to be honest with you, I think it has more to do with your personal wealth than it does with your reselling business.
Mm-hmm.
Because
so, Carrie,
it's a limited liability corp.
I zoned out when we started talking about taxes, to be honest.
Although they can find ways around that.
He said it depends on your
too.
personal wealth, and I said, Carrie, you're good then.
No, I know. Well,
listen, if you're worth $500,000 and you're doing a reselling business, you don't want people to come after your personal stuff. There's some limit to it when you have an LLC. Although they can still come after it, it's just much harder. So I think that's the play more than anything. So.
How do you account for your inventory tracking, cash or accrual?
Now this,
why?
This must be the same.
Why.
This must be the same person. I got a whole video. I'm filming it tonight or tomorrow morning about this.
Every question is a content suggestion when you're Kevin.
Yeah,
this was
can't just be
I had it. I've already got it storyboarded for goodness sake. So I can't give it all away right here.
Can I see a storyboard? Can I see
you don't want
to
see that?
Is that a drawing?
I don't have it with
me. Dude, he's got a map with like strings attaching stuff. It's insane.
If you want to successfully call things cost of goods that aren't cost of goods, then cash is the way Kevin will tell you to do it.
Oh my gosh.
Tax evasion.
No.
Kevin.
No, there's tax evasion and there's tax avoidance. A tax avoidance is smart.
What you do.
No, it's what everybody should do. It's legal. You should avoid as much tax as you possibly can. Legally, of course.
Legally. Yes. I do cash as well.
Cash
the other thing seems more complicated.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? Very, very few people do cash.
Really?
Yeah.
You do the accrual thing.
Yeah. Tell us down below you do cash or accrual if you know what it is. Oh, it's way more work.
If you don't know what we're talking about and you have a reselling business, you probably need my reseller genie code ADH Dave. Just
American
saying.
Arbitrage?
Because
or
ARB.
Help
I don't
figure
this all out. I think it's garbageage. You said that. I like that. You coined that earlier.
No, I think if I ever do like a what sold kind of channel like you guys have, it's going to be garbageage. It's 100% going to be garbage trash.
That's pretty good.
It would match the trash to cash.
It would.
Theme. It's good.
It would, and then I could goof around.
I like it. I'm getting new trash to cash IKEA bags made. By the way,
Kevin, did you know that
or almost out? There's like 8 left. What?
That like pee comes from your kidneys, and it's not really like the water you drink.
What?
Your kidneys like make the pee.
What? Out of what?
I don't know.
Out of pee, right?
Out of liquid that you drink.
It comes from the water.
I feel like that's not true.
But the body's like 40% water.
Is your someone tell us how pee works in the comments?
Yeah, somebody explain in graphic detail.
My son was telling me. My son's in like anatomy, and he was trying to explain this to me, and I zoned out like 6 times. But it seemed like a really interesting point, and I was like, I should look into that a little bit more. Kevin, did you have a comment from the podcast?
I read one already, but I'll read another one. The BGOH says 100 ways.
Craig.
Okay, Craig. 100 ways to choke a dog. I'm dying. Carrie is ad lib king. He's ad lib king. I totally agree.
Dave
Tawana Witten says, Dave, take that back. Beanie Babies were the bomb back in the day. They were popular. Dave said they weren't popular.
No, yeah.
The nuance.
I just didn't believe anyone truly like loved them.
Dude,
and
where were you in the 90s, dude?
But didn't they think they were an asset?
I had 17 of those in my bed every time I fell asleep.
Oh, dude, my grandma bought them from Home Shopping Network. She's the one. Like
the one. There was many.
Every grandma did. The problem with the Beanie Baby market is all the people who bought them are dead. That's the problem. The buyer, the consumer, has moved on to another realm. I just watched Ghost. I just watched the movie Ghost, and apparently, if you do romantic pottery, you're going to get murdered. That's what I learned.
You think Ghost was good?
It freaked me out when I was 7. I'll tell you that much. I don't want to
Ghost was great.
I don't want to get dragged down to hell by some demons. That's scary, man. I want to go into the light.
Wait a minute. Here we go. Rad Relics, 100 Ways to Choke a Dog. Carrie has the best comedic timing. This dude should do stand-up, which we've talked about.
He's tried.
Nashville Flippers, we love you, Carrie. Look at this. All this, Carrie. Soda City Flips, Shane says, arguably the greatest podcast on YouTube, not related to reselling.
I love the people who are bewildered.
Charles Adkins.
Talk about the people.
Please read. Charles Adkins literally said, please read at the beginning of his comment. It says, I understand that eBay needs to take care of its buyers, but what about its sellers? I have started to focus on mainly clothing and recently sold a dress that was new with tags. I inspect everything before it is sold and processed for sale. I have 100% feedback for over 2 years and recently was left a negative feedback from a buyer. The buyer never contacted me, but the feedback was left after I contacted the buyer and asked if they wanted to return this. They did not. I contacted eBay to request a revision. They said no. Here's the point. Why can eBay not be for a buyer? Whatever. You get the point.
You get the point, yeah. I'd say 2 things. Carrie, you want to answer that first?
I think
we'll probably have the same answer.
Zoned out.
2 things. One is it costs them more money to hire more people for customer service. To do it right and to investigate, to figure stuff out would cost. It's easier just to say, forget it, right? Second thing is, you've been selling for years. You have 100% feedback. It's no big deal.
Well, I told you they just deleted my negative feedback.
A certain portion.
Sometimes they do that.
Yeah. Certain portion of the population they're just weird.
You have to be.
That's all there is to it.
You have to be really careful with wasting too much time as an eBay seller on stuff that really doesn't matter in the long run.
Now, and sometimes it really does.
I think a lot of people do that, especially like on the forums and on Facebook, on groups such like the Trash to Cash. Have you been in that? It's just constant. Hey, I don't like that page at all.
40,000 people on Trash to Cash podcast Facebook group.
I know. I did it.
40,000 people. Shout out.
At all.
He's full of it.
It was
New Jersey Picker.
I was doing a bit. 40,000. I was doing a bit, man.
Well, listen, I got a complaint about New Jersey Pickers modding. I did. Okay. The complaint was that someone sent a.
I saw it.
This is how I dealt with this. Someone sent a picture. Tried to submit this picture.
I didn't see this.
Yeah, so someone tried to submit this picture, basically, and the picture was like a little meme picture. It said, never trust someone who isn't kind.
Oh, my gosh.
And so he submitted this to the Facebook page, and Chris shot it down. And so I said, I'll take care of it, and I posted on Trash to Cash's community page.
That's what I thought you posted on. Like, you put that on the podcast.
I put it on our podcast.
Chris
as a
needs a
result.
raise for keeping that off of the Facebook group.
I mean,
That's really funny. But it's so funny because the people over there, 40,000 people, then half of them don't even know who we are, and it's our Facebook group.
Oh,
I also hashtagged it Wallin34, which I thought was pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, we wouldn't have to make really jokes about this if it didn't happen, right? So it's technically your fault.
Jeez. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is too much. Much love to Kevin. Here we go. Here, I got one for me this time. Peggy says much love to Kevin. Those guys are mean.
Yeah, Peggy's
I agree.
wrong. Peggy,
You look,
Peggy, you're banned.
You're out.
You're banned, Peggy.
How often do you get mentioned your turtle shirt when you're out and about? Every time I wear a Ninja Turtle shirt, 40 people mention it. They're like, "Oh, the turtles! I love those guys." But like, it's got to be off-putting for you because you're not like in our age group of the people who watch the Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah, I was a little older.
Did you watch it when back in the day?
Just a little bit. I mean, I was older, so
you're
I remember my cousins watching it a lot.
Right now?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, for sure. Pokemon's way past. Yeah, Pokemon's past y'all.
Yeah, me too.
Boomstick Bats. How do you list 75 items a day on eBay? Are you putting custom descriptions in for each one?
I think that had to do with you saying you did it 2 days.
Yeah. And then
but you don't do it every day.
Cards.
Yeah, cards, that's not fair.
But it's definitely not impossible either. And as far as custom descriptions, there's AI descriptions now. So I use the AI descriptions. Well, sometimes I'll just say nice golf club, right? But if it's something that's like a commonly listed item, it's very easy for AI to figure out. I'll just press the button that says use AI description.
For years, I just put ships quickly, and that's it. I didn't describe any of it. They could see the pictures.
Ships quickly has been keistered.
Yeah,
that's
and previously keistered and will be there will be a follow-up keister pre-shipment
right before shipment.
No, listen, 75 items, and here's the thing about 75 items. It was not easy items. It was items I was testing. It was items I was cleaning. It was hard items, and I was talking about it because it was exhausting. It was like 7 a.m. to 9, 10 p.m. without breaks.
You could easily do 75 without Card Dealer Pro or the way you did it. You could just do templates and do the same type of item.
I did none of that.
But you could, I said, and like that.
I did sell similar, but sell similar is the key to this going quickly, isn't it?
It depends
on
maybe
this person's not using sell similar. If you're not using sell similar, it'd be really hard.
Like a template with a generic hat, you could do a $20 buy price, sell price on a lot of hats, and do 50 or 100 in one shot if you wanted.
See, but I wasn't listing like items does that. I don't do that. But it sounds like all of us half my listings have no description whatsoever. I don't. AI is to me almost worse. I know people disagree with it, but to me, speed is the biggest thing. So if it needs a description, if something's wrong with it, or you got to point something out, or something that they need to know, I'll put a description. If it doesn't, no description.
Well, like 30% of those items, I also made photo room custom AI backgrounds.
Wow.
For their hero shots.
Dave is a superhuman, though, I will say.
But I've heard eBay is actually adding AI background stuff to the eBay app. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, put photo room out of business, huh?
I don't think they'll do it as good as photo room. It's like, we'll see, but I highly
it won't be.
Canva doesn't do it as good as photo room, right? So photo room is just excellent at it, but it'd be cool if on eBay you could just like literally do a custom background.
And I use photo room on some items, but some of it just doesn't need it.
Some of it doesn't make sense. Yeah,
it just doesn't need it.
Everything I do is at the beach. For my photo room, I don't care what item it is.
With your feet.
It's just beach kicks.
Kerry finds a photo room scene, and he goes out and he drives out an hour to take the picture.
We used to do that back in the day. I told you about that. Me and Don, when we had our furniture shop, we would drive out to the train tracks or out in the middle of the woods, and we'd do a scene. We did it. I mean, I mean Don, but I was there physically.
I always take the lawn chairs when I sell them, and I set them up out in the sun under the tree or something. I take them out there.
Good job.
So, who needs it? I think it's good. I want to see Kevin do a video in the style of Missy Elliott or Puffy Combs.
Puffy Combs. The fact that you call them Puffy Combs.
Did he?
Yeah, I didn't. They did.
Can we talk about Kanye's? Is that
is it the Kanye portion of the podcast?
The Yeezy guy. Is that Kanye, Yeezy, and Kanye?
Same
guy?
person. Yeah.
He's got like this website where he sells clothes and everything's $20, but it looks like just horribly ugly clothing. Is that? I thought he'd have shoes on there. Wasn't he the shoe guy? I don't know anything.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with pop culture. I'm very confused by it.
Speaking of our wonderful Facebook group, there was a post, and I want to ask you guys and ask everybody else out there. Carrie, have you ever done a don't buy these for precious moments?
Yeah,
these.
yeah,
Yes, he has.
Yeah,
Buy
don't buy.
these.
Yeah.
He's done
Don't buy
Bry
'em.
and Buy. He did both.
Okay,
Bry did better.
There was a post the other
Weirdly.
day. Hey,
It's very J-Ride of
there's
me. Mispronounce something.
that precious moments sell-through rate and costs are going up.
Really?
And
why?
Well, it's funny because when I was at Peaches to Beaches, I bought a Precious Moments cow for $1. Rod was digging through something, so I'm like, all right, I'll just do something. And I just picked it up and scanned it. I'm like, this sells for $40. A Precious Moments cow. I'm like, what in the world? So that was on the Facebook group the other day.
So there's
apparently there's some Facebook group where they buy these things and they redo them. They upcycle them. They do
Keister,
something. They
possibly?
turn them into something. They keep the Kiestering group. Yeah, I think that's what it is for sure. So
Rob Prosp said, serious question. When sourcing as a group, do you all go to the bathroom at the same time or group by number 1 versus number 2? But then he goes on to say, finally, I've been watching for several months on and off, and I still don't understand the point of this podcast. Not to mention, how does this YouTube account have 10,000 followers?
all valid.
Which is like, he asked a question that perfectly fits the podcast and then immediately said he doesn't understand the point. You figured it out, Rob.
You're
we
there.
go at the same time and we use the stacked method where it's kind of like a tower.
I do a one while Carrie's doing it too.
Exactly.
And he his legs and I do
we
the
look
one
at each other's eye, but we're going in different directions.
If you aim well, you can hit the 2 and knock it out.
Exactly.
This little home.
But yeah, the key is not to have
an
the 2
example
touch
of
the
the
1, but you
walls
want
that
them
I put
close.
up. I build walls between the stalls.
Walls
the walls.
between the stalls.
I do have some walls.
Yeah. We try to.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my god!
I got screwed by the weatherman. Okay, this is the last little mini topic. No, it was not in that fashion.
Hey man!
No. Listen, I want to
get in with the meteorologist. He's got power.
One final minor reselling topic. Like night before yard sales, Friday night, it says there's gonna be thunderstorms on Saturday, and it said it for Friday too. And Friday morning there was thunderstorms. So that Saturday it's supposed to thunderstorm again. Do you plan on going yard selling, or do you say no, screw it? Like, do you always like just say we're gonna do it? Obviously, Carrie doesn't.
I just go in card shop.
Are you like always like, yeah, I'm going, or is there like weather where?
So I wasn't listening. I tuned out. I don't ever tune out.
That's so
yard
weird.
Sales, Kevin. Yard sales.
Yeah, yard sales.
The weather. Do you check it the night before? Do you rely upon it? Does it actually stop you from doing yard sales? Do you go no matter what?
Yes, I always check it. Oh yeah, I don't go no matter what because like this week, I don't know if you talked to Brandon, but Brandon
said it was rainy. He didn't go out.
Yeah, well, there was 2 sales that were listed. One of them said indoor, and it was in Lynchburg. That's a half an hour away. I'm not going to go half an hour for one sale because the other one probably got canceled. There was one here in Bedford. My dad went to it because I had to drop Reagan off, and he's like, dude, don't come. Then I had to take Turner to a game, and the sun came out on the way to the game. I hit 3 on the way to the game, so that was cool. But yes, the weather around here, because there's so few sales, which I can't complain about, apparently. But there was only, of course, I'm not going out if it's raining around here.
But then what do you do when you wake up and it's nice out? Do you still go, or do you assume everyone canceled and don't go? Because that's what happened to me today, or Saturday, literally.
Well,
that happened
that's
to me.
Florida. That doesn't.
It was supposed to rain.
Yeah.
I wake up, it's beautiful out. So do you even go, or do you just say no? Everyone probably canceled.
No, I think I would go.
I didn't
wake up and go.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what time I woke up. For you, I'd go.
Early.
Yeah,
I usually
kind of every day.
I usually know what the weather's going to be like for the day after, like my 4 a.m. 6K, and I get back and I'm like, it looks like it's going to be a good day. I've communicated with the birds and everything,
Dude,
which
honestly,
aren't real,
Arthur
by
the
the
King.
way.
Arthur the King was a better movie. You should have seen that. The dog one with Mark Wahlberg. That's better than Kung Fu.
Have you seen that one, Kevin, or would that one trigger you?
That one would trigger him.
Arthur the King?
Yes.
Yeah, the dog.
It's about the dog who keeps following him around everywhere, and he just wants to get rid of him.
Spoiler alert. The dog might die, guys. I'm not going to spoil it. No, okay, so anyways, my point was I didn't go, and it's because like I had just emotionally decided not to go, and I was like, I'm gonna ship this whatnot, and I got all this other stuff to do. I didn't charge my battery, so I just didn't do it, although I probably missed out on tons of opportunity.
It's been beautiful every day, and then, of course, on Saturday it rains, and Friday there was nothing.
Brandon's coming specifically for footage and sourcing.
Yeah,
and
he's going to
be here.
There's nothing.
He's going to be here Friday, and, like, he's watching the weather like a hawk. Like, because Saturday I'm supposed to take him yard sailing. Monday I'm going to take him to the Webster. I'm going to take him to the DeLand on Wednesday. I'm going to take him to the Browns on
break?
Saturday.
What the heck? I thought he had a job.
He has spring break. He has spring break
spring
next
break
week,
already?
So. Well, it is
it already happened 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Are you that
Welcome to
disconnected
spring, bro.
with the teacher community that you don't even realize when spring break is
maybe.
now?
Yeah, it's spring break. Yeah, it's spring
Maybe.
break. So he's coming down and he just wants footage. And we're gonna do some auctions together and stuff. It should be fun.
Yeah, I was out. If I didn't go to Peaches Beaches, there'd be no more videos right now. None.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Have you considered
I don't know if you
giving?
saw, but he's literally using you in his thumbnail, even though you talked to him for like 3 seconds, like the vomit clock moment.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, he was gone. He left.
And so, like, his thumbnail and title is like Commonwealth Picker at this yard sale. It's like 2 seconds of Kevin. Like, I was like, dude, step back, point your camera up next time, and get a good thumbnail. Like, at least do that. I mean, come on.
Have you considered?
I would have. He left.
Have you considered just giving your viewers a break, maybe? Just give them a little rest.
Yeah.
No, yo, it's necessity is the mother of invention. See, that's why the walls, Dave. This is it, right?
What?
I had no money.
We're talking about
That's why his
pooping
favorite
again?
singer is Morgan Wallen.
Whiskey glasses.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
good
want
stuff.
whiskey glasses.
My daughter loves Morgan Wallen.
The show's over.